Hello everyone, it's MechLord. I just woke up. The sun isn't even up yet, but the new ban list is, and this is all that matters. So this last KC Cup was pretty much dominated by 3 decks. Predaplants, which was the most represented and most successful deck in the top 100. Liberalisk, a bit far behind. And Ghostrix, which was closer to Liberalisk than Liberalisk to Predaplants. So on my top nerfs priority, what I'd like is significant nerfs to Predaplants and Liberalisk. I think Ghostrix is only really good by the virtue of like directly countering Predaplants and Liberalisk, but I think it's a fair candidate for nerf also. Maybe not so much on the cards, but on the skills, because the skills have been the most problematic parts of these decks for the longest time. And I also like some nerfs on Revolution Devourer and Star Cerberus very specifically, both of which are still very much alive despite adjustments in the last ban list, and both of which, or at least one of which, is probably going to get a lot stronger once a new busted skill releases very soon. The last ban list was really disappointing, and if this one turns out to be garbo as well, I think I'm just going to significantly reduce my time playing Duel Links and making Duel Links content, because there's a new hot game in town that's, believe it or not, more well balanced. That's right, Pokemon TCG Pocket, the game with coin flip win turn 1. That's a better balance than Duel Links. So anyway, let's just get onto it. Let's start with the Forbidden Limited list. Alright, Bishbalkin, Summon Breaker banned. Off to a good start, really. These cards are never used for anything good, other than just being really annoying to your opponent. Summon Breaker, in particular, I advocated for its ban in my own video, considering it is now searchable, or rather activatable during your opponent's turn, thanks to Ghostrix renovation. Which, no, you can't have a card that just says your opponent's turn ends right now. That's bad. And Bishbalkin being banned, you know, long time coming. Thank you, Fleur players. Well, this card was never going to be used for anything fair anyway. Limited Ward, Assembled Nightingale, just like I predicted. Just like I predicted in my video, and people said, oh, but you can't do that because Ensemble Robin is already Limited 1, and you need full Liberalisk player to be able to play both. Screw that. You know, just screw that. This card should not be in the same decks as Assembler Robin to begin with, because you should not be able to just blank the battle phase and destruction of your cards, and also have a card that says, when your opponent's specials bounce, not once per turn, by the way. Also, I think this stops Liberalisk from being able to, or rather Predaplants from being able to play Assembled Nightingale, which was also an issue. Can you believe that? Because they just gave them a skill that allowed them to do that. Wow, what a great idea. Erratic Seal Reflection, okay, that's a preemptive nerf to Erratic, because, I don't know, Konami thinks that a skill that is fair and is just a switcheroo for Erratics, is the one that has been leaked, is going to make them broken somehow. Which, I don't think so, but we'll see. I already see Predaplants, Drosophila Hydra, also puts a limited 1. Again, I called this, everyone. Because you should not be able to play super searchable kaiju that doesn't even end on your opponent's board and can be special summoned from the graveyard in the same deck where you play Super Poly. So now you can't play this anymore. This is a significant nerf to Predaplants, and one that supersedes the skill nerf that I was asking for regarding the placement of a free Predaplant counter. Because now, even if you give them a free Predaplant counter, you still need to get like Chlamydia Sundew on the board to get anything done with it. Good riddance, honestly. Predaplanet, okay. This one might be a bit too much even for my liking. Predaplanet was used not for its on-field effect, but for its graveyard effect, allowing you to basically dodge removal and fusion summon a monster that would be targeted by removal or something. Since Dragostapelia isn't once per turn, you could just Dragostapelia, place a counter, Predaplanet, the Dragostapelia for another Dragostapelia, and place another counter. That makes sense, I still think it's a bit too much, and severely weakens the deck already mid turn 1, although I guess you still have like a decent-ish turn 1 thanks to Predator, Plast, and Chlamydo Sundew setups. Yeah, this is fine. This is the best deck of the current meta. You need to nerf it in significant ways. This is fine. Oh, Cobalt Sparrow Limited 2! I never thought the day would happen. I never thought this would happen, actually. Cobalt Sparrow is not like the biggest troublemaker in the deck. A lot of lists are only playing one. In fact, if I check the top 100 KCC list, I might actually see that this card is only being played at 1 because it is so easily accessible. Liberalursk. No, I don't care about that. Yeah, it's being played as a 1 or 2 of. I spoil myself the next thing looking at these lists on Duel Links Meta, but that's a good change, considering next change is boom! Turquoise Warbler being limited to as well. That's right! This is a huge loss of consistency for birds, and I could not be happier about it. I did call Turquoise Warbler being limited 3 because I wanted to remove the deck's access to limited 3 staples, which it was not playing because Forbidden Droplet is a limited 3 staple, but Forbidden Droplet is also good against Prayer Plants. Anyway, good riddance. Good riddance. This should take care of birds. I could not be happier about that. That's a genuinely good change so far. I've also seen Phantasm Spiral Battle being moved from limited 1 to limited 2. Phantasm Spiral has achieved a hot nothing, and this is a fair way to boost them. This count could be like, not limited 3 because that'll be a bit too mad, but limited 2 is perfectly fine. Limited 2 is perfectly fine. Good job, Konami. Cybernetic Overflow! Finally, the day has come! We are finally acknowledging that Cyber Dragons have been nerfed too much, and we're putting Cybernetic Overflow to... Wait, what's Cybernetic Fusion at again? Is it... Because they didn't change that, did they? So, if Cyberload Fusion, rather... Hold on. Because I need to check. It does conflict with Cyberload Fusion, which is still at 2. That's very funny to consider that Overflow was moved from 2 back to 1. Konami called it a buff. And then now it's being moved back to limited 2. But at least the list that play Cyberload Fusion only play it as 1 of. So you can now play Overflow and Cyber Dragon Infinity, which is what I was asking for to begin with. Limited 3, Needle Sealing, yep, its time has come. Goodbye, Needle Sealing, you were just a wee bit too good in a Ghost Trick world, and it makes sense that we did this as to avoid future decks with like protection from destruction from abusing you. You were using Salmon Grit, you were using Sharks, Orcust, Ghost Tricks. Crimson Reaper made a Reddit thread about it, asking if it was now the time to get it banned. Or rather limited to 3, and he was right. Crimson Reaper was right. Barrel Canary being put to limited 3, also a really good change. Laborers could not have access to limited 3 staples, and this now includes Needle Sealing, teehee. So, get dunked on, birds. This is a really good ban list so far. Ghost Trick Jack Frost. Wait. Oh, Ghost Trick Jack Frost is limited 2 at the moment. Putting it to limited 3 is a huge nerf to the deck. It does mean that you can play 2, what's the spooky one, Ghost Trick Pumpkin, whatever. That's, how do I feel about that? Because like that's a huge series of nerf for Ghost Trick, which already do have one card on the limited 3 list. I was advocating for Renovation to be hit. Yeah, that's fair, that makes sense. Ghost Trick Lantern, there we go. So we moved the limited 2 Ghost Tricks to limited 3, so now you have to play Jack Frost Lantern and Ghost Trick Scare. Can't play Needle Sealing, can't play Lost Wind, can't play Floodgate Trapple. It's a deck that has done really well in this KC Cup. I'm not happy to see it get so nerfed, but it makes sense and it's completely fair, and I'm happy about it. That's good change. That's a good change. No longer on the list, Draco, a Berserker of the 10-year, no longer limited 1. That's fine. This card has been superseded by like Crystal Wing for intents and purposes. This is completely okay. This is not like a gigantic buff to Tenyi, as far as I'm concerned. That's pretty cool. Dogmatica Punishment. The Dogmatica engine is sort of interesting. Yeah, sure, why not? It's a cool enough card that I don't mind seeing it at more than 3, which is not going to happen because you can only put 3 copies of a card in your deck. And Sembra Robin, no! Why did 3 this? It's fine, considering all the other nerfs that happened to Liberalisk. Robin can be taken off the list and replaced with Nightingale. I think that's okay. This card is still like hard limited at 1, and I guess it's fine for Liberalisk players to have both, even though I'd really wish they didn't, you know? It's fine. Brave Nears. I forgot what this card was at. Good for like the last 3 hero players or people that are convinced that somehow Yubel Hero is still good. TG limited removal. That's kind of neat. That's kind of neat. That's a sort of a limit that I do like, you know, boosting some of those weaker decks. I'm hoping and coping to see no aids along this list. Darklord Ishel. Holy shit, that's actually a huge change. What the fuck? That's whoa! Because it was like previously limited 1, right? Wow. Putting 3 of this in your Darklord deck is going to feel so good and might even give Darklord a competitive change because it's basically Pot of Greed for the deck, which really, really good. Really, really good. I have to check how many of this I have. I have 2. It's fine, I can use some box chip for the third one. Charge of that Brigade, yes, this is the buff that Inferno is needed. Now we can play 3 charges on top of our Garbo continuous cards. That's fantastic. That is fantastic. It's pretty fun cards. I love graveyard decks. This is neat. Neos Clogger, okay. I don't care about that. Chaos Form. Oh wow, we estimated that BLS is no longer a middle threat. Infernable Knight Captain Roland. That should be good for Infernobles, unless there's a skill nerf for Revolution de Fleur, which I'm still hoping for. Show me Infernoids, Moonlight Emerald Blood. Sure, whatever. No Infernoid cards. Okay, so this is a bad ban list because there's no Infernoids cards, but this is overall pretty good. Might still try and cook with Infernoids with Charge 3. It could be fun to try. There's so many things you can cook with this card specifically. Really happy with this list overall. We did hit all of the key decks of this meta game. There's no hit to like Star Seraphs or Sky Strikers or cards associated with Fleur decks. I think that's fine. I would have loved to like see Star Seraphs get completely annihilated in anticipation for the upcoming new skill. They did hit the erratic counter trap, which I'm guessing they don't want this deck to be like completely obscene to play against. That's fine. You know, that's fine. That's all good and well, and yeah, good ban list. I thought I'd say that. I woke up very pessimistic. Good ban list. Now for the skill rebalancing, which I'm also expecting to do some heavy lifting. We've been getting a lot of like, this year has been the worst year in terms of skill design. We've just been getting skill that progressively get worse and worse. Like Brave 3 stuff from your hand, and also Dodge Book of Moon, and also +2 sometimes, which is insane. So hoping that this will stop. The erratic skill, and what's the other deck that got a skill that's basically a switcher? I think this is completely fun and a step in the right direction, but we need more skills like that, and we need a severe look at the existing skill that just allow you to get an insane advantage before these can become the new norm. So let's take a look at this. Alright, so we're balancing rather some of these skills. Yes! Oh, Revolution Nippler is there! Oh, thank you, God! That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Bloom of Avarice. What is this? Shuffle 3 monsters, including plant monsters. Okay, so it only requires you to shuffle 1 plant monster. I've never seen any deck use this skill. I don't think any Is there any deck that would like care about this? Right? I don't think so. Virtue's Blessing is pretty much the same. Is there any deck that would genuinely play this over an archetypal fairy scale? I don't think so. Virtue's Savians, same deal. Virtue's Spellcraft. Okay, this one might be a bit more interesting because you could play an invoked deck with this, or some sort of Dogmatica deck. Like, spellcasters are more flexible than, you know, winged beasts and fairies and stuff. And it's still not great. Red Eyes Reverse got buffed. That's interesting. New skill, second effect once per turn, third effect once per duel, but you can use the effect to play a Red Eyes Black Dragon several times per turn, which is, I don't think it was... No, you needed to... Okay, so before that you needed to set a Red Eyes Black Dragon without tributing, which you could do flip. Oh, wow, they completely reworked it. Now you just get a free Red Eyes Black Dragon, which is huge, actually. And then... oh my god, they changed the if you don't control a normal monster, return one card from your hand to your deck to if you control a normal monster, draw one card. What the heck? That's such a huge change. That is such a gigantic change. You still need to play Red Eyes Black Dragon from your hand. Oh, it's not like a free summon from it, but that's still like gigantic. This might actually make Red Eyes worth playing in a competitive ladder, in a competitive environment. That's crazy! That's a crazy amount of advantage. And this is the new norm for dueling skills in 2024. Ah, Revolution Defler, your time has come! Play one Decrofler in face-down defense position. Play Sorcia Defler in face-down defense position. That's not the nerf that I wanted to see, but I guess it's a start. I still don't think that you should get a free Necropler at all. And I still don't think you should get a free Sorcia Defler, but at least it gives you more time to prepare for the inevitable, whatchamacallit, Dengetsu that the deck can make super easily, going second, or some of the weirder setup that you can't really interrupt going first unless you have Nibiru, because that's how skills are designed. So, this is not that big a nerf for like existing Fleur setup decks. They still exist. They are just now more easy to interrupt, which I guess is what Konami wants. I can live with that. I can live with that, I guess. So overall, really good changes. Genuinely looking forward to the next format, which hopefully won't be completely ruined by the new decks that have been, you know, got a skill that have been linked. Dragoonity is the other one. So Erratics and Dragoonity are both getting a skill, but from what I'm reading, these skills are like straight switcheroos, you know, and not like the absurd +2 that Predaplants or Warlord Link have been getting, which I can leave with. And what else can I say? No, this is a genuine good change. Not the most perfect ban list, because for it to be perfect, they would have had to nerf Star Seraphs, and also, I guess they did nerf Star Seraphs because putting Needle Seeing at 3 means you can no longer play it because it conflicts with Scepter. So that's, you can no longer just click kill button set to pass, you know, and that's a good change. No, but yeah, looking forward to the next competitive format of this game. 2024, as I've said many times, has been a terrible year for duelings, but we might be on a positive note, ending this year on a good series of changes and a format that is sure to be more enjoyable than the last few have been. So, pretty positive about this ban list so far. But what do you think of this list? Do you think it's good? Do you think it's bad? Do you think it's in between? Do you think it's both somehow? Let me know in the comments of this video what you thought of this ban list and what you look forward to you playing the most in the upcoming format. I do have a bunch of erratic cards that I've never been able to use. And also Red Eyes looks really interesting, which is not something that you get to say often in Yu-Gi-Oh! In general. Thank you all for watching this video, I hope that you enjoyed it, and thank you in particular to Dingus, Boy Zero, Zinnia, Jimmy, and Yannick for their donations on Coffee. I will definitely be playing more Duel Links now that I know that the future ahead is a tiny bit brighter. And, yeah, good job, Konami. Never thought I'd say this. Didn't wake up thinking I'd say this. Good job, Konami. Thank you once again for watching. Take care of everyone, and I will see you all next time.